Hi everyone, my name is Brooke Huber, and I have chosen to do this semester based off of a new restaurant idea that I plan to open with my current business partner, where we currently partner together at Galat's Fresh Catch Seafood Restaurant in Biloxi. We have decided to open a new restaurant called Howard and Martin, which is a breakfast, lunch, booze, and brew spot. The main problem that we've come to find out within the community of Biloxi is that there really isn't a quality spot for brunch that offers an awesome atmosphere, um, early hours, overall cleanliness, local food. But the main problem is non smoking. Um, there's a high demand right now in downtown Biloxi for a new restaurant to come along. I've spoken to multiple business owners in downtown Biloxi, and they are begging for a new restaurant. I already have the experience within the restaurant industry, so I feel like this will be really beneficial to the new restaurant, Howard and Martin. Um, Throughout this entire report, I have found tons of information to support my claim and give evidence from experience and from or for um, future. Throughout this paper, I'm just going to walk through basically what I think is very important for Howard and Martin, and I'm going to relate it to the business module that we've been given throughout this semester. One main problem in Biloxi, Mississippi downtown is that non smoking is not enforced. Non smoking in a public restaurant is not federal law. Um, there have been multiple cases where someone wants to enforce non smoking, but it's strictly up to the business owner. According to the CDC, if current efforts in statewide smoke free policy adoption culture, all states could have comprehensive smoke free policies by 2020. However, this will require accelerated progress in the South, where no state currently has a comprehensive state smoke free law in effect. Okay, so the issue is that um, it's not mandated. So the way that non-smoking works within any sort of state, specifically in Biloxi, is that it's up to the city. So city officials are completely in charge of it. It's first level jurisdictional, occupational safety and healthy laws. So the city of Biloxi doesn't have a non-smoking law in place. To kind of figure this out, I interviewed two business owners. One was Fairby Rose, the owner of Mermaid Dive Bar. Fairby was really against a smoking ban because her clientele enjoys smoking. They already know what to expect. They walk into Mermaid Bar and they um, usually join the crowd of smoking. They don't mind eating and smoke. Their crowd is not part of the working class to where they don't have to go back to work with clients to smell like smoke. However, the owner of Pepe's El Boss Mexican restaurant, Lillian Perez, she stressed that she's sort of torn. She doesn't want to be the bad guy. She has people who really, you know, they come there because they know they can smoke. And then she has people who don't go there because they are avoiding smoke. The way Pepe's is set up is that the bar is in between the dining room and the kitchen. So the food has to pass through the smoking area to get to the dining room. A lot of customers complain about that. They also complain that it's a family restaurant and that the restrooms are inside the smoking area to where children have to enter the smoking area in order to use the restroom at Pepe's. She has begged the city to enforce a law. She's talking to Clay Jones, who is on the city council, and they simply just do not have the support to do so. So I say this just to state that non smoking is not a federal law, and I truly think there's a demand for it in Biloxi, Mississippi, especially downtown. So, due to it not offering or not being a federal law, I plan to address this issue by simply, as a business owner, making the decision that Howard and Martin is 110% non-smoking, indoor or outdoor. The way I'm going to do this and address the solution is use my experience from Galat's Fresh Catch Seafood Restaurant. I'm going to interview local businesses and professionals, and then I'm going to pinpoint the target market and consumer needs in the area. I'm very confident that Howard and Martin can cure all these problems. There's a need now more than ever. This year, 2020, has thrown the entire world for a loop. Moreover, it really has just strongly affected the health of our communities due to COVID 19. Due to the seriousness, everyone's very aware of what's going on in their surroundings. There's always been people who are clean prior to COVID 19, but now more than ever, whether it's touching a door handle, wearing a mask, pulling your mask down to smoke, pulling your mask down to take a sip of a drink, people are very aware. They're in search of that very clean feel restaurant. So, as the View Marche in downtown Biloxi is renovating and up and coming, there's still lack of restaurant space and restaurants that are non-smoking. Um, One reason that the restaurant is so possible right now is because we can offer that clean environment to, prevent COVID-19. I'm sorry, prevent the worries brought on by COVID-19. But the main reason that, I say why now is to do with the real estate in downtown Biloxi. The View Marche is up and coming, but there's still lack of restaurant space because, according to the health department, you have to have a grease trap for certain menu items. Most main restaurants need a grease trap. So the restaurant building recently that became available to rent is really not available to rent to just anyone. The owner of this building is the owner of the building, which is located at Howard Avenue and Dr. Martin Luther King, hence the name Howard and Martin, seeks a very specific tenant. The landlord wants someone who is absolutely non-smoking, has earlier hours, does not have a late bar crowd, and just promotes something new in the area. I pitched my idea to the landlord, and he is absolutely for the idea of opening Howard and Martin at his space. I think it's perfect just due to COVID demands and the real estate. The restaurant Howard and Martin helps consumers actualize their desire and needs in multiple ways. The restaurant doesn't offer only a meal, but it offers an overall experience. Hospitality, relaxation, and fulfillment are what the customer achieves in terms of instant gratification. However, for a repeat customer, the customer gains a location where they can dine or complete or work in a healthy, non-smoking atmosphere. Howard and Martin is a place of mental escape. In times of COVID-19, each person is on edge and fully alert in regards to their health. When one gains the full experience that Howard and Martin offers, their mind enters a mental break where they can escape the chaos of what is happening in the world today to an open-air, non-smoking atmosphere. I feel as if Howard and Martin will offer a clean, non-smoking restaurant with an overall mental escape far more significant than just the letter grade that hangs on the wall given to you by the health department. The service I'm actually offering is basically just an overall zen, an aesthetic. From the second you walk in, you're just going to instantly feel this gratification and tranquility. The building has an awesome layout. The north side of the porch will have chairs hanging down with vintage rugs underneath and wooden blocks stacked with books from Mississippi authors such as John Grisham, or maybe a book about economics. The reason we have to include these kind of books is because our target market is downtown Biloxi professionals. So you have to just cater to these people. The west porch is very open. I plan to put a couch, a fire pit, live music, outdoor tables, fans, string some lights, just to create that overall cozy atmosphere. Something that we're also going to offer, in addition to the atmosphere and the mental escape that you experience overall at Howard and Martin, is a quality meal. If you can see right now, the Galat Seafood symbol. As I mentioned previously, I manage Galat's Fresh Catch, and our main motive is just to give quality food, farm to table or local vendors. Nothing will be imported from foreign places that we're unfamiliar with. So our shrimp will actually come from a local family, Galat Seafood, located in D'Iberville, Mississippi. Everything to do with the offering is overall the meal, the atmosphere, the feeling, the fulfillment, the sense of community, and just the local tranquility it brings. And that's actually what's being offered as a restaurant as a whole. Another thing offered will be, like I said, a mental escape. Live music will be on the weekends. A themed brunch will be there where you can, pre-purchase tickets to where you can come in and watch a show during your brunch with the girlfriends. You can have private events, bridal showers, baby showers. For Mardi Gras, it's huge in Biloxi. There's not very many places that close at a decent time to rent out a space completely to a group. Mardi Gras is very exclusive. I know, there's times when a king, queen, and court of a Mardi Gras group cannot be seen until the end of the year or whenever Mardi Gras season. So maybe they want to rent out the building private and know that it's just theirs. A networking event, such as a realtor, may want to host something to bring other realtors in with them and join together to make a deal. Maybe offer a men's poker night where, instead of a ladies' night, you focus on the men. You let them come in, cut up, and, that could be either a networking thing or just a sense of community. Recently, Galatz paired up with Back Bay Mission, which is a local voluntary organization that gives back to the community. We did something called Eat, Drink, and Donate, and basically 50% of proceeds for everyone that ordered shrimp and grits was donated to Back Bay Mission. Something like that, you want to offer a spot where it's not just a restaurant. It's overall a sense of community. It caters to the locals. It's significant. It's important in the community. And it's more than just a brick and mortar. The key customers are working professionals in Biloxi. There's lawyers, attorneys, retail people, anything you can think of. If Ron Perisic, for example, is in court across the street and needs to grab a quick lunch, all he has to do is get on his phone, go on the website, order whatever he wants, walk over, grab it, it's done. It's $10. I interviewed Carrie Stoddard. She's the owner of Primetime Agency. It's a marketing firm. And she said that it would be nice, to have somewhere that's open air, clean, offers quality food, maybe even just a good coffee, afternoon snack, whatever it may be, to give herself an escape from her own office, even for an hour. It might spark new interest. Brad Patano, he is a partner in Machado Patano engineering firm in downtown Biloxi. And one of his things in the interview was that, his office is filled with women and men. And, normally it's 50% want a healthy, quick meal that's light where they won't be tired after. But the other 50% want something hearty and fulfilling. He made the comment that maybe we should do a overall base menu of being healthy and offer a blue plate deal to the guys who want to work. And, I really took in this information and applied it to the menu, as you'll see on the website. It's a full spread. It caters to them, whether they want to be, there's a grab and go option. You order online, you do whatever you need to do to satisfy these key customers, which is the working professionals in Biloxi. I went through and did a survey, a random 20 people, and we covered their gender, age, education, income, anything you can think of, whether they want to sit inside or outside. The chart here, I'm just roughly going to say that it was very beneficial. I applied it completely and intensively in my report, and then it's also applied within the menu, the atmosphere, the offerings, the events, and everything to do with Howard and Martin in real life. The value proposition, it's convenient, For example, downtown Biloxi does not have much parking. There's nowhere in the business district where you can walk and have a quality lunch and sit down and be, turnaround ticket time, be in and out, 30 minutes. You're not interrupted throughout your day. You still get a great meal. And that just, that adds value to those customers. They're going to value you for accommodating them. Convenience. For example, if Carrie Stoddard leaves her house and she's running late, before she leaves her house, she gets on the website, she orders a coffee, she might order, a biscuit or whatever else she wants. I'll have it ready for her. She goes to her office. She no longer has to clean up at her house. She doesn't have to rush in the morning. It's 1 block from her office and she can relax. The price point, it's very affordable. You get what you pay for. Actually, you get more than what you pay for. The portions are very large. It's very comparable with restaurants nearby in terms of coffee and drinks and things like that, but it beats it just a little bit, or the um, quantity offered or the portion offered is a little bigger to make up for it. We also don't use anything that's pre-made, like Cisco products or anything that's imported in. The volume capacity, it can seat plenty of people, but the cool thing about the building and the restaurant is that it's 50-50 indoor outdoors, where you're completely open. You do what you want, you pick what you want. If you want to be quiet, you go on the front deck and sit in a chair and read a book. If you want to be loud, you go with the live music or the jazz brunch band and hang out. If you want to go inside and sit on the couch and meet a girlfriend and talk about something to privacy, you go for it. The biggest thing, like we said, it is non-smoking, indoor, outdoor, no matter where you go. So it adds value because, an attorney or a marketing agency or engineer, he doesn't want to run in, grab lunch somewhere, such as Mermaids, and come out smelling like smoke for the rest of the day when he has to meet clients. I cannot stress enough how much non-smoking is, essential to this. Competitive positioning. I took a couple restaurants locally, Howard and Martin, Mugshots, Half Shell, Le Cafe Beignet, Mermaids, Filling Station, Jacked Up. I rated it over the main things that I look for. Overall, Howard and Martin is the only person across the board that offers cleanliness, outdoor dining, non-smoking, a full meal option, online pre-ordering to where you're quick, catering options for an office party, especially during COVID if you don't want to get out, we'll cater to you, a fully private event, just like I said, social distancing, COVID will make it just for you, less than 30-minute ticket time to where you're in and out of there. It's not an extended lunch break. You're not wasting time. You're still productive. Also, we are one of the only places besides Le Cafe Beignet that offers a full menu. Jacked Up offers muffins and things like that, little snacks before 11 a.m. The other restaurants are full on, even their brunch is at 11. This working class, where are they going to go at 7 a.m. when they're on the way to the office? We're going to open up early. We're going to be there ready for them. We might be one of the only places open if they have an early meeting or whatever it may be. Size and extent. So the restaurant industry is ever growing. There's new restaurants going up all the time. So the way a restaurant works, it normally takes about 3 years before you can really pinpoint the market trends of expenses. So, I can't sit here and tell you the exact numbers or the exact market growth or whatever it may be in terms of growth. What I can tell you is that the fears within a restaurant are completely self-inflicted. The only thing that is not the business owner's control is something such as COVID-19. Whenever, Fofo Gilich came on and said all restaurants must close to stop the spread of COVID, Goliath Fresh Catch, we had no option. We had to close. So that's one thing that we might face one day. However, right now, as a business owner, if there's no pandemic, it's up to you. It's management, it's quality, it's atmosphere, it's cleanliness, it's staying in alliance with insurance and health department regulations. It's completely self-inflicted. Your success is your own story. Excuses, you can't blame the customer. It all comes back to you. You're the business owner. You're the one promoting product. You're the one promoting the atmosphere. It was your business idea, and it's your responsibility to implement that. Revenue model. There is no way a restaurant will make revenue without customers. So you have to just make the customers feel appreciated. You have to offer them things to make them regulars, whether it's a punch card with their coffee to where, come in 5 times, get one free, whether it's picking a random local business in downtown Biloxi to cater a lunch to, whatever it may be. But, at the end of the day, the customer's the one who's going to bring the revenue in. Merchandise, I will offer, I stated this in my report, but Hillier House, a local place in downtown Ocean Springs, has collaborated with places to basically donate or allow business owners to sell handmade pottery from local artists. I think it's really cool because it gives them that sense of like uniqueness, and if a tourist comes in and they want something from a local restaurant that's, has bones of the coast, then you grab a handmade pottery book or handmade pottery cup. Also, merchandise for sale will be there: sweatshirts, t-shirts, stickers, coffee mugs, you name it. For private events, that's obviously an extra revenue. If we're open from 6 to 3, then there might be, like I said before, a Mardi Gras event. He wants to rent it out from 5 to 9, and have buffet style catering. That event, I mean, say it's 30 people and they rent it for 4 hours. Your rental fee might be $300. You might sell $500 in liquor, and then you might cater $1,000 in food. Right there's extra revenue. It's in your pocket. All your fixed costs are already covered at that point because you're focused on working from 6 to 3. All it is an extra revenue. As a business owner, I have experience of keeping low overhead. I believe that as a business owner, you have to be there. There's no way that a business will be ran the way that you would run it unless you were the one running it. You cannot rely on a manager or staff to run it the way you do. You know, that's just something firsthand. If you want it to run, you're there. You take responsibility. You pick up the job of 4 or 5 people, and then you stay on people, and make your employees feel appreciated, and then they stay for you, and they work hard, and you know they influence revenue and do anything they can to build the business because they feel like you're helping build themselves. Here's a little breakdown. So, like I said, it takes time. It takes 3 years to be able to effectively come up with a trend of expenses. So what I did was I took the numbers from Galatz Fresh Catch that I'm familiar with, and then I scaled it down to the comparison in volume and capacity of what Galatz Fresh Catch does and can offer and seat with their capacity versus what Howard and Martin can do, just so I can get a kind of idea to explain the concept and basically show you that I understand break-even analysis and profit margin. So, for example, all the details are in my report, but let's say the startup cost is $23,000, and then your variable estimated, because it's a variable, but let's just average it. It's $28,000 a month, and then your fixed cost, your salary, your rent, all of that, $18,000. So your first month of being open would be $69,000. Let's say you sell 100 tickets 4 days a week, and then 165 tickets 2 days a week. So that's a whole week of tickets. That's 730 tickets. There's 4 weeks in a month. That's close to 3,000 tickets a month. Your break even in April, if we were to open, would be 69,000 started divided by the tickets, and it's a $24 average ticket price. That puts you at 69,001. So April's a 1 month profit. But right there's your break even analysis, because you paid yourself back, you covered all the costs going forward. It's you have your variable, you have your fixed, but going forward your overhead's low and you know exactly what to expect. Let's say this trend carries from the profit margin trend May through August, busy season. So the 28 and the 18 is 46,000 to be your fixed and variable cost. You divide that by the nearly 2920 tickets, and you're still at your $24 average ticket price. So let's say we did that to where this trend follows all year. There's gonna be months when this 23,000 profit a month, it might be 10,000 if you have a bad month. November is really slow for restaurants, but then again you have those months like March, April, actually January with holiday parties and things like that really surprise you, and that number could be up to 90,000 to actually at Galatz we've seen it up to 180,000 in profit just in 1 month, just because of the way we run it. But let's say it's 23,000, you times by 12, and you're bringing home 276,000 a year. I would say that's very successful. Any business that you can bring in 6 figures after everything's paid, no debt owed, that's immaculate. 276 is pretty ideal. In conclusion, I don't see how this can go wrong. I would not, in my right mind, absolutely recommend anyone to open a restaurant if they do not have experience. I am fortunate enough to be part owner and manager of a restaurant. I know how this works. I've been there. I've done it. I have a very intelligent business partner who also owns multiple restaurants. This is the first one I'm in on. I take our business plan from Galatz Fresh Catch. I fix it, tweak it, do whatever we need to do at Howard and Martin. We have a plan. We have the target market. We've gotten out in the community. The word spread. I've interviewed people who would actually be the customers. I've looked at the flaws of Galatz Fresh Catch, and I've turned back around and said, how are we going to fix this now at Galatz, and how are we going to, implement this as a new plan at Howard and Martin. So overall, I mean, this project has been very complicated, to be honest. I have a MacBook Pro, so there's some certain things in the assignment that I couldn't do completely. Also, do not like repeating myself for the sake of time. And in this report, I felt like it was tedious, and I had to keep repeating exactly what I was going to say over and over. So I'm glad that you let us kind of just tie this all together in, roughly a 10-minute video. Overall, I feel like there's no going wrong. The mindset's there, the perspective's there, the money's there because it can be transferred from, Galatz Fresh Catch, previous business. You invest in Galatz Fresh Catch would silently invest into Howard and Martin. Howard and Martin pays them back. You're done. There's no bank. There's no holdbacks. Worst case scenario, you lose your $69,000, or you break even at your $69,000. I'm sorry, and then you pay Galatz back and close up. There's ways around things. There's no excuse. If you want it, get it. It's a mindset. It's not everyone has what it takes to be an entrepreneur. Not everyone has what it takes to actually do it. A lot of people can sit here and make something and make it look good on paper and whatever else, but put them to the test, and it's not going to work. So I think it's a personal decision. Overall, I'm confident. Actually, I would like for you to stay tuned because this restaurant is going into effect spring 2021. It will be in downtown Biloxi, where the old Southport line is, 1 block over from Mermaids and the filling station, across from Community Bank. You can check out the website. It's linked on the report. The printable menu's there. There's still a few tweaks to the prices and adding some new projected plans. But overall, it's been great. And this semester has basically assured me and let me put pen to paper on this project.